Hey guys, it's Zach back with the second episode of the Volunteer Slate, a Tennessee-centered look at sports betting. This episode, we're going to look at shopping your bets. Just like you need to price shop car insurance, you need to price shop your bets too, because you could be getting a much better deal at something that's just down the road. Right now, there's only 3 approved sports books in Tennessee. We've only got the Tennessee Vols playing this week with the Titans being canceled for COVID, so we're going to look at all 3 sports books and how they have the Tennessee Vols against Missouri this week. First off, opening up DraftKings. DraftKings is my favorite. It's the one that I will gravitate to most often, but even though I've got a favorite, I'm still going to price shop this bet. So, scroll down to Missouri, Tennessee. You see the spread is at 12.5 with Tennessee being the favorite. Tennessee at 530 on the money line. We're only going to look at the Tennessee side of this bet because if you're betting for Missouri, you're on the wrong channel. So Tennessee at 12.5, over under at 48.5, and 530 on the money line. Next, let's go to FanDuel. Check out and see if they're any different. FanDuel's not actually legal in Tennessee yet, so I'm going to say we're from Colorado. The line should be the same pretty much from any state, but that will help us make some sense of everything. So we'll navigate through FanDuel and find that same Missouri-Tennessee game, and we see the spread is still at 12.5. It's actually a little cheaper to place your bet here, though, with the minus 108 on the spread bet. So you can place your bet with just slightly better odds against the spread, but slightly worse odds on the money line, with Tennessee being a minus 600 and Missouri being a plus 420. So you can see there's actually some sizable differences in the way that the sports books do odds, with the first 2 we looked at being a little bit different. And let's check BetMGM. It's the 3rd sports book. It's the one I'm the least familiar with, but let's check them out and see how they have it. I also have this one looking at Colorado. Again, that won't change things much, but these apps aren't technically legal in Tennessee yet. So scroll through to the college football and find our Missouri-Tennessee game. So this is actually substantially different. We've got Tennessee as only an 11-point favorite. So that's a full 1.5. So say Tennessee won on Saturday with a score of 22-10. If you placed your bet on MGM right now, that would be a winning bet. If you placed it on DraftKings or FanDuel, you would lose. So shopping your bet just got you a free 1.5. That's a huge deal in the world of sports betting. The over-under is still at 48.5, but as you can see, again, on the money line, a much better spread than any of them are offering for Tennessee at minus 455. As opposed to 530 and 600, that's what we would like to see. So even though this one's the one that I'm the least familiar with, if I'm betting on Tennessee this week, there's a good chance that I'm going to be doing it through the BetMGM Sportsbook. We will be keeping track of how this lines up throughout the season, and there'll be a favorite probably emerge of the place that you can get the best rate to bet on our Tennessee teams. But it's important to do this every week, at least until you found a trend, and it can save you money and help you win a lot more money if you're just willing to shop around. Again, I'm Zach. This is the Volunteer Slate. Thanks for watching. More to come.